champs, both brave and bold. From Sunday lights to Monday night, we're singing takes that just sound right. Toxic Couch TV, the gridiron's melody. Toxic Couch TV, hot takes in perfect key. That QB's cold, but he still got soul. Defense wins when the nights turn old. Ooh, the game's on a roll. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, boom, boom. Now here's the breaking news. Don't change that view. And don't change that view. Toxic Couch TV, your weekly show with glee. Colton and Alex, harmony. Toxic Couch TV. Stay tuned, folks. Hey, 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 we're live from the couch where the big boys play. Colton Heinrich, sharp as a tack. Alex Blackwood's got the stats to back. We're tossing hot takes like a perfect pass. Talking touchdowns, tackles, and a little sass. Toxic Couch TV, where the banter flies so free. Toxic Couch TV, you get your sports straight from we. We call the plays before they unfold. Predict the champs, both brave and bold. From Sunday lights to Monday night, we're singing takes that just sound right. Toxic Couch TV, the gridiron's melody. Toxic Couch TV, hot takes in perfect key. That QB's cold, but he still got soul. Defense wins when the nights turn old. Ooh, the game's on a roll. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, boom, boom. Now here's the breaking news. Don't change that view. And don't change that view. Toxic Couch TV, your weekly show with glee. Colton and Alex, harmony. Toxic Couch TV. Stay tuned, folks.
Today's episode of Toxic Couch TV is brought to you by Heinrich's Harmony. Heinrich's Harmony offers private piano, guitar, and voice lessons rooted in a Christ-centered approach to music education. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced musician, you'll find lessons that help you grow in skill and faith. Learn more or sign up today at stepstograce.com and scroll to Heinrich's Harmony, where faith and music come together in perfect harmony. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Toxic Couch TV for yet another week. The weeks are coming closer to Christmas, and that means the NFL season is in the home stretch. It's been in the home stretch since every team has come back from bye. I'm Alex Blackwood. This is my buddy Colton Heinrich. Oh my gosh, what a week this was.
If you want to say that.
Well, I'm not even talking about Colts and Packers. I'm talking about the week as a whole. So many great finishes.
Yeah, but Colts and Packers wise, it was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer.
Kind of a bummer week.
I'll start with the Colts, I guess, because that... Dude, imagine for just a second, a 44-year-old quarterback that has been retired for multiple seasons says, hey, I feel a calling. I am going to go out and help my team succeed. Then, when he suits up and plays in the game, he decides he is going to lead his team to a game-winning drive and take the lead with a minute remaining. Guess what the defense does? Oh, I'm going to let him get to the 40-yard line and then let them move the sticks twice to let them kick a game winner. And then everyone's going to blame Phillip Rivers because he threw an interception on a 50-50 ball that was ricocheted off the defender's hands. I don't get the Phillip Rivers hate. I don't. Yes. Sure, he didn't look very athletic out there, but the football IQ was there, and the accuracy on his short throws was so absolutely there.
Alex, he looked so unathletic.
And he looked good in the scheme, too, though.
No.
Yes.
I mean, Shane's conservative play calling fit a 44-year-old quarterback. I'll put it that way.
And he changed it so that the 44-year-old could run it. Shane did an absolutely great job with the game plan, and Phillip absolutely followed through and did what he needed to do. I will defend Phillip Rivers until further notice because of how he did in that game, and that loss was not his fault.
It's not a failed experiment at all, and then he's already been announced as the starter for Monday, too. So it's not a failed experiment, but I'm just left uneasy. Feels immoral putting somebody who can't move in the pocket like that out there. He's just, at least he can get rid of the ball fast enough. Everybody in Colts media has been saying that he gave you guys the best chance to win. I'll talk about this a little bit later, but there's another quarterback in your quarterback room that could give you a better chance to win once he's healthy.
I think I know who you might be talking about, but... What about Green Bay, though?
Green Bay had a fantastic game. That's what you would have said if you watched the first and second quarters. You get into the third and fourth quarter, you would have said Green Bay played terrible. And it was really just after that third quarter. So in the third quarter, we had a whole bunch of issues with injuries. We lost our starting, not in the third quarter, but just in the game overall. Lost our starting cornerback, lost our starting wide receiver, lost our starting tackle. We lost everything. And then all of the losses compiled up, and Micah Parsons goes down, and you can read his lips as he's going down saying, I'm out. That was brutal. And obviously we had an emergency episode on Sunday night to talk about it, so I've had time to digest it.
Tune into late night this week. We're going to be having it again.
Yes, late night every
Tanner
Sunday
will
night.
be on. Gabe will be on. We're hoping to have Joey on too.
Joey will be on too. Yep, we're going to have the whole gang talking instant reactions. My instant reaction was the season's over. We're done. Might as well count us out for the rest of the year. I've had time to sit and think about it, and I do think the Packers will go wherever Jordan Love takes them. So I'm holding out hope. My dad's in the chat, but he's Dad, I see you talking about the Bears in there. No, thank you. We're not talking about that. It's Maya's dad.
Oh, it's Amaya's?
Yes. So we've got a few people in the chat right now. Tiny Banjo. I'm assuming that's Matthew.
That could be anybody.
That could be anybody. And then we've got Horseman. That's Tanner. Tanner's one of our mods. And then we've got Dad. I like your username. Sorry, that derailed me. I was looking at chat. Yes, the Bears. It's the week of the rivalry between us and the Bears. We'll get into it as the show goes on. I do think Jordan Love will take us wherever the team goes. Wherever the team goes is where Jordan will take us. I'm not quite sure how far that's going to be. I believe in Jordan Love wholeheartedly, but I'm really scared. Talking about the Bears, because that's who we're playing this week. The loss of Micah Parsons and having Devontae Wyatt already being out for the season, that's going to hurt. Especially when you have Maganai, or however you pronounce it, Manangai, and DeAndre Swift. I worry behind that offensive line, our D-line's going to get cooked. The Packers are the most injured team in the entire NFL right now. And it's been a consistent problem all year. We've lost 2 of our 3 biggest pieces. And the fact that we almost lost Christian Watson as well. Oh, and Josh Jacobs is hurt. Did I forget to mention that? So I was talking to you before the show.
Yeah.
And I said, what jersey should I wear? I literally went through my entire closet of jerseys. Of the ones that are not legacy jerseys and my 4 Jordan Love jerseys, everybody else is either hurt or no longer on the team. I was like, oh, I'll wear Josh Jacobs. And then I said, oh, wait, he's questionable. Oh, I'll wear Christian Watson. Oh, never mind. What about Micah? Oh, he's gone. Yeah, I'm devastated at the moment. So as you can see, I've put on black Jordan Love today because we're repping Pookie because he's the only one who can do it. It's kind of wearing black because you wear black to a funeral service.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping Jordan Love puts an end to the Bears, and we're going to be mourning the Bears in all black. Or celebrating. We'll see.
Got Indiana Knights this week. We're debuting these uniforms for the first time this season against the Niners.
Yep.
I enjoy watching the Niners. I think I'll have a lot of fun watching that game.
Oh, yeah. Even if you guys lose, though?
Yeah. Anyway, we've been talking for long enough. Let's get into overreaction or not.
Whoop, whoop.
So, for those of you who are new, overreaction or not, this is how it works. I am going to give a reaction that I had from this week. And Colton is going to tell me whether or not that was an overreaction or not.
Yep.
And he's going to give his reasoning for that, and I'm going to give my opinion on it too. And then the cycle will continue with him giving me a hot take or a reaction, and so on. So I'm going to kick this off and say the Dolphins got to move on from Tua.
Ooh, I've also got that on here. Hang on, let's see. Where did I say it? Oh, I said I was on the Tua train, but the CTE has become too much. So I'm going to go not an overreaction. Tua, despite the contract, was never worth it. They gave him a big contract just based off of his 2 years and that 1 year with Mike McDaniel. There is no way that this is an overreaction. They should have moved on from Tua. Tua should have retired from football altogether after his scary concussions. You wonder why Tua's regressed. Do you remember seeing him on the ground like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, multiple times. Mm-hmm. You cannot keep playing football after that happens. He went through jiu-jitsu classes just so he could teach himself how to take a sack. No, Tua should not be playing football, period. The Dolphins need a different answer. I'm excited for Texas Longhorn alum Quinn Ewers to get the start, though. Oh, that's going to be very exciting.
And actually, believe it or not, Zach Wilson is causing drama because he believes it should have been him.
Well, Zach Wilson can kick rocks as far as I'm concerned. He can keep going and dating 40-year-old women.
Yeah, real. I'm with you here. This is no overreaction. You put it perfectly. You said everything that was going to come out of my mouth. The injuries, I did once see potential in Tua, and I think we'd be having a different conversation right now if it weren't for those C words. I don't like saying the word concussion. But yeah, you're completely correct with everything there. Your turn.
My turn. Okay. Kirko's still got it, overreaction or not.
Oh. See, he's been playing in a bunch of games this year and has not had a good performance until last week.
Oh, but the thing is that he hasn't been getting starter reps.
That's very true, but come on, when you're in that position, you got to go out and make an impact right away. If he was more consistent with it, like he was for a time last year, then we'd be having a different conversation. But I think this is an overreaction.
He's 2 years removed from an Achilles injury. Barely. This is not an overreaction. Kirk Cousins has still got it. I refuse, Alex. I refuse to believe that he doesn't. I think that he could be a starting quarterback in the NFL next year if anybody wanted to take on that contract.
I think I think you're right in that case. I don't know how long he'd keep that job, but we'd see, I guess. Speaking of quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford has locked down the MVP.
With 3 weeks left, I'm going to go overreaction for now. I think that pending on tonight's game with the Rams and the Seahawks, he can either play himself into locking it or play himself into or out of it, is my opinion. So I'm going to go overreaction pending tonight. If he throws for 3 touchdowns tonight and has like 300 yards, no picks, I'll go with you next week. But it's still too early to tell. Because there are some guys who absolutely deserve it. But for example, with somebody like JSN, if JSN catches 4 touchdowns tonight, which I'm hoping he does, if JSN catches 4 touchdowns, I think that's a player that you're going to talk about who is working his way into MVP conversations.
I'm going to say not an overreaction.
You think he's a lock?
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned tonight's game. And I think about other quarterbacks that have kind of been in the conversation, like Sam Darnold. I think that if Stafford wins tonight's game, then he's got it on lock pretty much, no matter what his stat line looks like. And we've already played the Rams and Seahawks. Those two teams have already played, and last time they played, Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions. Mm-hmm. So I think he's pretty much got this one on lock. And he's still got the Falcons and Cardinals, and he can just step pat against those two teams to end out the year if he even decides to play, if McVay even wants to play him at that point. Yeah. Especially with a good performance tonight, Stafford's got it in the bag, I'd say.
A quick question from chat is, what happened to my mustache? My father-in-law liked it. The mustache was... Did I ever talk about it on the show?
No, you did not.
I don't think I did. The mustache was for Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, so what I still have to do, because I haven't done it yet, is I have to donate some money over to prostate cancer. Both of my grandpas have had prostate cancer, so it was something that was really important to me. So the last week of October, I started growing that mustache. I cut it literally, I think, December 1st, as soon as I got back from Disney. I also liked the mustache. It's just now a matter of time. Also, my wife hates when I have facial hair. Hates it. She says that you're too pokey. Okay. Let's get into it.
That's great, though. Like, you do so many great things. Like, I didn't even know that about you.
You didn't know that I was doing that?
No, I had no idea.
I thought I told you.
No, you did not.
Well, now we're learning new things.
I want to commend you for that, man. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I did it. I actually got my whole family to do it while we were in Disney too. Gabe, my dad, and Grandpa Gene all did it.
Nice.
So, let's see. You want to hear my next one?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Let's see. Ooh, I've got to pick. This one's pretty crazy. Packers season is over.
Oh, I have that one too.
Do you?
And I am going to say that's an absolute overreaction.
Oh boy.
You hit the nail on the head earlier. The Packers are going to go as far as Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur take them.
Yep.
I have a question though.
Yes.
If the Packers don't at least make it to the NFC Championship, what happens with LaFleur?
LaFleur is 100% still the head coach going into next year. All of the woes that came early on in the season worked its way out. His play calling. There's a difference, okay? If we get into the start of next season and Matt LaFleur is still doing the conservative play calling, the jet sweeps, the run on third down, the screen passes, or if he's going to let Jordan Love air it out. I would say if he lets Jordan Love air it out in the playoffs, then we have a whole different conversation.
Oh, yeah.
A whole different discussion. But it is all pending on whether or not you let your superstar quarterback go and send rockets in the air. Mm-hmm. Let him put up the 50-50 balls. Now, I get it. Our wide receiver core at that time, not very healthy. We're finally getting healthier at the wide receiver core. I mean, we've got everybody's back, basically. And then we didn't touch on it, but Watson, despite being hurt, is playing this week. Mm-hmm. He's listed as questionable. They're pretty confident he's going to play. Pending uncertain doom. But we also have Jaden Reed. Mm-hmm. We have Romeo Dobbs.
Yep.
Matthew Golden.
Yep.
Dontavion Wicks. Still? Yeah! I think. And Bo Milton, if we need to.
So what you're saying is you'll be fine.
Yeah. So Rain Man's in the chat. Rain Man says if Christian Watson is healthy, this is an overreaction, and I'm kind of with Tanner on this one. Rain Man, I'm with you. If Christian Watson is healthy, it's an overreaction. And then when it comes to Matt LaFleur, yes, it is 100% dependent on whether or not he lets Jordan rip it. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. All right, you're up.
All right. This is kind of a crazy one. Joe Burrow is no longer elite status.
Oh, hang on. I've got one about Joe Burrow, too. Okay, let me find it. Joe Burrow is all but done playing football, is what I had.
Done playing football is an overreaction.
Ooh, I don't know about that. We'll have to attack this on both sides. So, say yours one more time.
Joe Burrow is no longer elite status.
Okay, Joe Burrow is 100% still elite. He had one bad game after an injury. I can't imagine after how he beat the Ravens last time. They came in with different disguises. Harbaugh's still a good coach. You're still going to have a good defense there. Burrow blamed himself. He said, I just didn't see the field the same way. Burrow is still elite. He's an injury-prone quarterback who is an elite. But then it's going to get me into mine. Joe Burrow is all but done playing football. He keeps hinting at the fact that he is done. He is done. And he hinting. When he says, I'm not enjoying this anymore. That's a problem. That's a problem. Alex, do you remember why that might be a problem? Have you ever had that happen in Colts organization history?
Say one more word. I dare you.
What was that guy's name?
I dare you.
The Second Coming? What was his name? But you've experienced this. I think that if he gets hurt either one more time or goes into the offseason and decides that he doesn't like football anymore, he's done playing. He's done.
Here's my take. I've seen some of those hints. The way I perceived it as, he's not done playing football. He's done with the Bengals.
Ooh, see, I disagree. I think that he was specifically talking about whether or not if he loves football or not.
I don't fully remember every single detail of what he said, so I could be wrong. But what I would really like to see is Joe Burrow thriving with another team. I think I see way more realism in that than actual retirement right now.
Okay. Do you think that he will be playing for the Bengals next season?
No, absolutely.
I don't think there's any way. Ooh, Alex, this kind of applies to you. A question from chat. What was your opinion on the Heisman this year?
Heisman Dosa!
In case you didn't know, Alex is a fan of all things Indy. And since the Heisman... Since Mendoza won and he's the quarterback of Indy, I mean, this is what we get. So, yes, I thought that it was 100% the correct option is going with Mendoza. I did not like the character of any of the other players, if I'm being honest. And then we could talk about that at a different point. But man,
The only guy that I thought was really a competition for Heisman was Julian Sayin, the QB for Ohio State, but we managed to defeat him and his 27 other 5-star weapons on his team.
correct.
So, yeah.
That's correct.
He definitely doesn't have the greatest stats by a Heisman winner, but definitely up there in terms of raw talent.
Yeah. So for those of you guys in chat on Twitch right now, make sure that you keep sending all of your ideas, all of your questions. We'll do our best to get to everything that we can. It is a packed show, but please
do.
please.
We love the discussion.
Yes, we love interacting with everybody live. That's why we love doing it live. All right. Is it my turn or your turn?
I think it's your turn.
Okay. This is Travis Kelce's last year.
Oh, I have that one too.
Oh,
Travis
do you?
Kelce will retire at the end of the season.
Yep.
I can't decide.
I also can't decide, but if Mahomes is not going to be ready by week 1, there's 100% this is not an overreaction.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's really the
Nope.
The
end all be all. If Mahomes plays, and if Mahomes is on track to
my
play,
bracelet broke.
oh no.
Oh, wow.
If Mahomes is on track to play, I 100% see Travis Kelce coming back, trying to run it back, pending a few things, because obviously the Chiefs have to make a few changes, as we'll talk about later. Man, I definitely think this is Trav's last year. I think that he's going to move on and go on to bigger and better things. He's already got so many things.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a good question. So is the dynasty dead?
Ooh.
That's a great question.
Do you want me to spoil one of my reactions for this? Because it's related.
Yes.
This is a wild one, though. The Chiefs need to move on from Andy Reid.
Oh, hang on. Now this is... Okay, we've got 2 questions. Is the dynasty dead? Overreaction or not? I'm going to say overreaction.
Absolutely an overreaction.
I'm going to say overreaction
Yeah.
just about the dynasty. Because if you recall, Brady also had a little bit of a slump and then all of a sudden went on to win a few more, right? Okay. Let's go with that. Now, about Travis's last year. Not an overreaction.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So much Chiefs discussion. I love it. Do they need to move on from Andy Reid? Andy Reid is the second greatest coach of all time.
No doubt.
No doubt. Andy Reid is the second greatest coach to ever live.
Over Bill Walsh?
Yes.
Really?
The list for me goes Vince Lombardi, Andy Reid. Oh yeah. And then Bill. And then Bill Belichick. Andy Reid is the second greatest coach of all time. There is no world where the Chiefs move on from Andy Reid. I refuse. That man will coach football until he dies.
Yeah.
He deserves everything.
I'm with you. That's totally an overreaction.
100% an overreaction on your part. I'm going to go with you on that. Overreaction, for sure. But can I see them moving on from players? Can I see them moving on from other staff members?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, the Chiefs have a lot to figure out. It could also just be they got unlucky this year. They walked in after a Super Bowl loss. They were either cocky or not. Obviously, I don't know if anybody's been watching football in the past 3 years. There's been some off-the-field distractions with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they've never been fully healthy this year.
Yeah.
Get them Andy Reid, if he's the coach that I think he is, he's going to attack this offseason, eliminate everything. All of the distractions, all of the talk. Andy Reid's going to put his head down, and they're going to go and win football games. Now, we weren't going to count the Chiefs out until they were out. And I'm telling you, next year...
You saw on every single one of my game picks.
Heck yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, the Chiefs will be back next year.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. Now, the question is it going to be too little too late in that division? They've got the Chargers they have to go up against, and they've got the the Broncos.
If the Chiefs play their cards right, they are going to give the Broncos and Chargers a run for their money.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chiefs absolutely still have the roster to go out and do it, and I have no doubt that they are going to go out and get more pieces.
And then the Raiders will suck like always.
Yeah, Raiders are not going anywhere. I have that. Do you want me to build off of that idea?
Well, it's kind of my turn.
Yeah, I know.
wanted to talk a little bit more about that Chiefs and Chargers game.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
Tony Jefferson shouldn't have been ejected.
Tony Jefferson should not have been ejected. What led to the ejection?
It was a hit. It was debatable whether or not he led with the helmet and like true intent with it. I'd have to show you a clip.
Yeah, it's not college. It doesn't happen often. I'm going to go probably not an overreaction. I'm going to err on the side of caution on this one because I didn't see the hit. I just know that it happened. So I'm going to go not an overreaction, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, so we've got somebody in chat saying the Chiefs had a lot of injuries this year, especially on their O-line. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's exactly what we were just saying. You've got to get healthier no matter what. They also had a lot of their O-line pieces move on from the previous season, so they've got to bolster in a lot of positions. Patrick Mahomes can't be Patrick Mahomes unless he's got a little bit of a clean pocket.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go overreaction.
I am going to go overreaction just as well, just because the guys upstairs know better than I do.
Yeah. You would think that. We'll talk about that later, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This is a packed show this week.
Yeah.
This is mine, Alex. The Raiders and the Dolphins will never, ever, ever be successful again.
Not under their current owners. That's not an overreaction.
No. I'm going to go even to the extent they will not be successful until the second coming of Christ. They will not, until the end of time, be successful.
Ooh.
Yes.
Well, a lot can happen until the second coming of Christ.
That's true. But I'm going with what I've said.
I'm just going to assume, for that sake, that means until they get new ownership and new things are going to happen, new culture change in those rooms. And for that reason, I'm going to say that is not an overreaction by any means. Mark Davis is messing with this team every single season.
Here's my question for you, Alex. You already said not an overreaction. I just want to give you some pieces to ponder on. The Raiders and the Dolphins, what cities do they play in?
Las Vegas.
And?
Miami.
There you go. Two of the most distracting cities you can live in. Tanner's Rain Man says that's what we said about the Lions. Nay. The Lions play in Detroit. There's a lot of distracting things in Detroit. Not like Miami and not like Vegas.
We haven't seen a lot of distractions in Miami. Not the same way we've seen in Vegas.
But Miami is a party town. Vegas is the city that never sleeps. How, in these two cities, can you run a functioning football team? I am going to make the argument that you cannot. It is impossible. And until there is new ownership and they move cities, they will never be successful because you can't. In cities like Green Bay, of course they're going to be successful. There's nothing to do other than to play football, watch football, go to Walmart, go to Target, go to a bar. That's all you've got.
Well, there's nothing else to do in Indianapolis either.
But the thing is that Indy has been on the cusp of being successful, right? And historically, while they've been in Indy, they haven't been terrible. They've just been mediocre, right? The teams that play in these big markets that have lots of distractions, lots of party life, they will not be successful. And then, for example, like when you had CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens go to Vegas and get distracted, they didn't have they did have a really good game, but they didn't have their best lead up to that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm with you on their point like that. But then when you get an owner that knows how to make culture changes, everything just shifts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Certain owners will figure out how to do that.
Of course.
And whatever person runs in the Davis family next, or whatever person runs in the Ross family next, I really hope a culture change can be made. Not that Jim to Carly, not that Jim's culture was bad per se.
It was different. It was
different.
an older culture.
Yeah.
You know, the NFL evolved, got a little bit softer, and Jim was still this hard-nosed owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, let Chad keep rolling some things in. We're loving this. We're loving it.
But anyway, yeah, I don't even know what the original take was anymore.
The Dolphins and Raiders will never be successful again.
I'm gonna say not an overreaction until they get new owners.
I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
My turn. Trevor Lawrence's top 5.
Oh. I'm going to piggyback off of that and throw another one your way. Jags and Texans are scary if you are in the AFC, and they will probably play in the Super Bowl. One of those two teams. So piggybacking off of that, Trevor Lawrence, I hate talking about the Jaguars. I don't like the Jaguars. They're one of my least favorite teams.
They're one of Sherman's too.
We'll get into that. I love the way that I've been seeing Trevor play and take the next step. This is what you want from a quarterback that you pay all of that money to. I genuinely at the beginning of the season didn't like it. Didn't like him, how he was playing. A lot of questionable decisions when it came to the RPO game or where he was throwing it. Mm-hmm. Now you can't make that argument. I mean, he's been remarkably incredible. And piggybacking off of that, the Texans and the Jags in the AFC, holy crap, watch out.
Yeah.
The AFC should be scared because I think one of those two teams will be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go not an overreaction on T-Law being top 5. Absolutely right now.
Especially not after that performance. Best QB performance in franchise history, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it's a short franchise history, so somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm with you. I'm going to go not an overreaction.
Yeah. Strongly agree. Not an overreaction.
All right. Let's see. I'm looking to see. I've got a lot this week. Kevin Stefanski needs to be fired immediately. No questions asked.
Every week I lean more and more and more towards not an overreaction.
This is not an overreaction. He sent Shador out with the wrong wristband.
Yeah.
He's 100% intentionally, from what I've seen, it's either he is 100% inept, which is cause for firing, or he's 100% sabotaging the franchise, which is also 100% cause for firing. Stefanski has to go. The Browns are not going to get anywhere with him. I don't know if they're still holding on to him because he got that one playoff win, or not playoff win, made it to the playoffs. Did he have a win in the playoffs?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, they've got that one playoff win. No, he's got to go. He's got to go. We don't have a choice.
When you treat a quarterback the way that Stefanski has been treating Shador, this is no overreaction by any means.
Yep, chat's agreeing. Stefanski's got to go. This is too much. So not an overreaction. Chat's agreeing with us.
All right.
How many more do you have?
I have 2 more.
Oh, I have so many more. Okay.
Travion Henderson will win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Ooh. If in the next 3 weeks, if Ekbuka turns it back on, Ekbuka will win it. Henderson, however, is 100% up there for it, and I could see it happening. It depends on if Baker and Ekbuka can have that.
Imagine if Henderson was the RB1 all season.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I think that 2 kind of incomplete seasons for Ekbuka and Henderson, and it's just going to come down to who has the better numbers at the end.
You know how badly I wanted Henderson at the beginning of the season in Heinen Wiz? And then Lucas had to go in and take him.
I think that was one of his auto picks.
No, it wasn't. It was one of them before.
Was it?
Yeah. But it's like, hey, if I can't have him, nobody can.
Right. Understandable.
But I don't think this is an overreaction by any means. Travion has been putting it on, especially with what little reps he's gotten. He's had 2 hat tricks already this season. This past week, he had nearly 150 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Dude has been ridiculous. And those stat lines alone, you don't see that out of rookies ever. So, yeah.
Okay, so I've got some here that are going to overlap with our weekly stories. So I'm going to go with the ones that don't overlap.
Okay.
The Saints have found their new franchise QB in Tyler Shook.
Ooh.
Overreaction
Franchise.
or not? Yes, franchise. Overreaction or not?
Definitely the QB of the future.
But franchise QB?
But franchise is probably just a slight overstep for right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's what I was going to say.
I do believe
Overreaction.
that I've been very impressed with Tyler Shook. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think these wins have been more of a team effort.
Yeah.
I do like what I see out of Shook, and I'm very excited to see him and Kellen Moore build on that. Mm-hmm. I definitely don't think the Saints should be taking a QB. They have no business grabbing Mendoza or anyone else, which is sad to me because now he's going to have to go to the Raiders or the Jets. Mm-hmm. But
Rain Man has said overreaction for right now, but give it a little bit more time. And I'm going to go exactly with what Rain Man said. Overreaction for now, but I would say watch next year if he can turn on the Jets. This is not an overreaction.
I'm with him. I want to see what Shook can do with more on the line.
This is a great one from Rain Man.
Oh boy.
If the Giants get the number 1 pick, do they trade Dart and take Mendoza?
I saw that take from Colin Cowherd.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Anything Colin Cowherd says is just absolutely ridiculous and should not be mentioned in my presence.
Okay.
Remember when he made fun of Dwayne Haskins?
Hey, I do remember that, but this is Rain Man asking, not Cowherd. Okay, Rain Man, for you. If the Giants get the number 1 pick, they need to trade down. That's what needs to happen.
That's a different story.
That's what I'm saying. They do not need to trade Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart has set the culture. And I think that with him and Cam Scadaboo, the Giants' culture has such a bright future. Now, if they get a guy like Jeff Hafley to be their head coach, it is only going to take that team to the next level. So, Rain Man, absolute overreaction. If the Giants get the number 1 pick, they either need to take it, and they don't even need an edge rusher, if I'm being honest. They just need to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And they just need the experience. Mm-hmm. They need to go and trade down or take an offensive lineman first. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And here's my final hot take, Colton, which is also going to be our final one for this week, and that is the Cowboys need to be sold.
I've got the same one. Jerry Jones should sell the team. As always, after every Cowboys loss.
Never an overreaction.
Never an overreaction. Cowboys have to be sold.
You just lost to 9!
To the frickin' Vikings. How does that happen?
With your season on the line. Now you gotta win. Now you have to win out, or the Eagles have to lose out. And speaking of playoff scenarios, let's get right into this edition of the post bye week playoff picture. You're gonna see all the percentages, especially from the AFC, up on there.
Mm-hmm. They're up right now.
Not much, if any, real change in the AFC in terms of standings. I know the Chiefs and Dolphins we talked about, they are eliminated, and it's just those bigger teams that have more, that already had more leverage, just gaining on their percentage. The Broncos have clinched. The Bills have basically realistically clinched after beating the Pats, and they absolutely deserve to be in the playoffs after that.
Right, and they're still alive for the division too. That's important to mention.
Yes, Every team is alive for their division right now.
First time in a couple years that we have not had anything decided this late in the year.
Chargers, who already have head-to-head tiebreaker and still play the Broncos one more time, could sweep in and take the division at any moment.
That would be interesting.
That would be very. Jaguars and Texans are in a heated division battle as well. The Texans, I think, have the edge in terms of who's hotter right now.
And defense. I'd love. Do they still play each other one more time this year?
No, they do not, sadly.
Did they split this year?
They did split.
They split. But both teams still get a crack at Indy, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so it's really going to come down to who can have the better division record and if Indy's going to be able to hold against those two teams.
So realistically speaking, Indy can only really make the playoffs anymore as a wild card team. And they have a 13% chance of making the playoffs whatsoever. They're not totally out of division contention yet, but they'd have to win out and get help from other teams.
Yes.
The Ravens are still in it, but they have to win that division now.
Yes.
At that point.
Yep. Which is pretty much a lock for the Steelers, if I'm being honest. I don't see the Steelers losing this division under any circumstances.
They do have one more game against Baltimore.
Yes, but Baltimore has to play Green Bay in Lambeau in 2 weeks.
True. Pittsburgh has to play in Detroit this very week.
That doesn't. Detroit is injured and on the downside. If you had to ask me,
We'll see how this ends up playing out. Anyone with a 90% chance, just assume they're going to the playoffs. Sorry to my Indianapolis Colts fans out there that it makes me very sad to say this, but we can kiss the playoffs goodbye. We were once 8-2, first team in NFL history to miss the playoffs after starting 8-2.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And yeah, makes me furious, but I could see it coming from a mile away.
Legendary fall off.
Yeah, absolutely legendary fall off. Let's move on to the NFC. The Rams have clinched a playoff spot. Tonight's game against the Seahawks decides who has the division lead and could end up deciding the division. Seahawks have more than 99% chance of clinching. They can clinch tonight. The 49ers are basically in. The Packers are basically in. One thing I want to take your attention to. 1% on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
The Cowboys are, as I mentioned before, the Cowboys have to win out. And the Eagles have to lose out. Here is the Cowboys' schedule to wrap up the season. It is the Chargers, Commanders, and Giants. For the Eagles, it is Commanders, Bills, Commanders. They got to win one against the Commanders to make the playoffs.
Yes. The Commanders.
79% for the Bucks, 21% for the Panthers.
After the loss to the Saints, though. The loss to the Saints last week.
And the Bucks lost to the Falcons.
Oh, boy. Yes. And then
it is going to come down to who wins these division games. They play each other this week and to wrap up the season. That is going to be a heated division race that we are going to see.
And obviously a team that we haven't touched on yet, as mentioned in chat, the Bears.
Yeah, the NFC North is going to be a fun one to watch. Winner of the game on Saturday is going to be having the division lead going into the last 2 weeks of the season. Green Bay getting Baltimore and Minnesota to end of the year, and Chicago getting San Francisco and Detroit to end the year as well.
Well, so here's the deal, though. The NFC North can be clinched by a loss by Detroit and a win by either of those teams. So if Detroit loses or ties, you can see the Packers or the Bears clinch the North.
Not this week, you cannot.
Yep, I've already looked at all the stats. I looked at it before we got on here.
That's impossible because the Packers are only a half a game behind the Bears.
It would be. I'm sorry. The Bears would clinch the division. The Packers would clinch the playoffs. With a win and a Detroit loss, the playoffs would be clinched. Yes. Yes, I was looking at it before we got on there.
And the last team that we have yet to touch on is Detroit. They got Pittsburgh, who's their Week 17 game? I can't remember. Minnesota and Chicago to wrap up the year. Do you like their odds? I think they are better than all three of those teams.
If I'm being honest, sorry to my Bears fans in chat, I can see them slipping in past the Bears if the Bears lose today and if the Bears lose to the Lions. Or not today, Saturday. If the Bears lose 2 of their next 3 and the Lions win 2 of their next 3, I can absolutely see the Lions slipping in.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's at the end of the day, this is going to be so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely coming down to the wire a lot more than it normally would.
Yeah. So that concludes our playoff picture for this week. It's going to be heated coming down to the end. Definitely more heated than we've ever seen in recent memory, for sure. And with that, we move into our weekly stories, and we start with the tragic return of the injury bug. This week, we feature Patrick Mahomes, and we feature Micah Parsons.
Hey, that sucks for both teams. Mahomes is going to have a tough offseason, to say the least, because he's got to come back. He had a bunch of issues with the ligaments as well. So unlike Micah was just a clean ACL tear. Mahomes has issues alongside the ACL tear. This is going to be tough for them. If I'm being 100% honest. Micah, this is a huge loss. Man. We got somebody, dads in the chat saying, just so you know, as a Bear fan, I never count the Packers out. And you're right. And this year, I will not count the Bears out. And we can talk about the impact that Micah Parsons would have had on this game. Caleb Williams is not going to have to scramble out of the pocket, which could be a good thing for Packers fans. Caleb Williams has been really, really good on his feet. So if Caleb has a clean pocket and it forces him to stand there and make a decision, the pass rush and the lack of pressure could be Caleb's biggest weakness. We'll talk about that when it comes to game prediction, but it's possible.
But now we have to switch over to a little more positive notes. And Colton, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you, by chance, like that?
Do you like that? Do you like that?
Kirk Cousins went absolutely swag surfing against the Falcons this week.
I already said it.
I'm pulling up exact stats right now. It's not coming up, but he had something like 360 yards and 4 touchdowns in that game against the Bucs.
Oh boy. Hang on, I'm trying to get the... Oh no. There we go. We've got it. It's back up.
Yeah,
It's back up.
he had 373 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game.
Nope.
And was just absolutely crazy. And actually, there was another person on that offense who we're going to talk about for... Oh, Bijan was good. He had 93 yards and a tutty.
Yep.
But one other guy who stood out, who is not to be named yet, but
All right.
he will absolutely be mentioned. Let's talk Phillip Rivers.
Phil Rivers.
Phillip Rivers got the start, and I don't care what anyone says, this dude did exactly what the Colts and Shane Steichen asked of him.
Alex, he looked so old. He looked so unbearably old.
So old, yet so smart.
No. Okay.
He looked old and wise.
Okay, but he looked old. That's the problem. He's going to take a hit and everything's going to break. It was so much fun to see him back on the field. It's time. Once Anthony Richardson is healthy, it is time to wheel Anthony out.
Which Anthony Richardson has been put on the 21-day, whatever it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Once Anthony is healthy, he should be the starting quarterback.
Probably correct there.
But it's not going to happen.
It is absolutely
You
not.
don't ruin a guy's Hall of Fame chances only to start Anthony Richardson.
Also, it depends on what you want out of a quarterback. Obviously, Phil's got much higher IQ on the field than Anthony Richardson, but Richardson really brings it in terms of athleticism.
Anthony Richardson is one of the most incredibly talented and athletic players I've ever seen in my life. And we got to watch him last year. That's a good point. Health insurance extended. That's exactly why you ruin your chances at the Hall of Fame. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Anthony Richardson, if it weren't for his character issues, would be amazing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's just he's got to learn how to play NFL football because it's not like college whatsoever.
Yep. All right, next story, Alex.
Josh Allen and company end the Patriots' 10-game winning streak despite being down 21-0 and Travion Henderson going crazy and probably winning Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That's what happens when you have a kid on the way, apparently. You just play different. Josh Allen, when he turns on Superman mode, nobody can stop him.
Yeah, no, he's just absolutely crazy. Obviously, the testosterone was bumping.
Clearly.
And, yeah. That's all I really got to say. And Sean McDermott coached an excellent game.
For sure.
Sean McDermott is still one of the best play callers in the NFL right now.
Yep.
I don't care what anyone says.
Absolutely.
The Chiefs, dun, 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 they're eliminated from the playoffs.
You like that graphic? Look at the graphic. It looks so good.
Look at this man with his design.
Throwing it together right before the show.
Look at this man. We talked about it on Overreaction or Not and what the future is for the Chiefs. It's going to be weird not seeing them though.
It'll be weird, but it'll be more entertaining than you've ever seen before. Because you don't have any of the teams that you would expect to go all the way.
Oh yeah. This is like 2017.
Yes. It's going to be fun. It'll be fun, and then go figure it'll be the Eagles again or something. Okay. They're eliminated for the first time since 2014.
Yeah.
Crazy. We've talked about it at length, but it's deserving of a weekly story.
Back in the Dwayne Bowe days. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Elsewhere in the AFC West, I should say, Broncos have just won their 11th straight game. And I'm going to be so for real with you, Colton. I don't think that loss was on the Packers. I just think the Broncos are that good.
I disagree. I think the Packers, in their injuries, they were up by 2 scores for 90% of that game up until the fourth quarter, and all of those injuries happened. If the Packers are healthy and not demoralized with their $188 million edge rusher getting hurt, they are winning the game. I'm going to be honest with you. This was a game that was 100% under the control of the Packers until the injuries piled up. Broncos, you're so lucky. You are so lucky. And I hope that we see you in the Super Bowl because I want another crack at you guys. If we are a fully healthy team, the Packers are the better team. I am 100% convinced. Not as a delusional Packer fan, as somebody who watched football. That's what I'm going to
I don't know, man. I think this Broncos team is like that. I think they're going to... You mentioned Super Bowl. I think they have a legit crack at it.
Yeah, agreed. But they're like that, but they just beat up in the fourth quarter on a team who lost 15 players during the game. 15! Okay? I'm done. I'm done with this conversation.
Okay.
That the Broncos would have 100% kept the lead if Micah Parsons was on the field. Micah Parsons is notoriously a closer. And he was getting after Bo Nix despite 0 sacks. He was getting all over, and all the pressure came from Micah. There is no way. I'm 100% convinced that if the injuries didn't pile up, Packers were winning that game. On the road, by the way. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. That's all I got.
All right. Okay. Well, we can move on then if you want. Henry Ruggs just graduated from the University of Alabama with a 4.0 GPA.
Sorry, this graphic is insane. Yes, Henry Ruggs. He killed a woman.
Colton, how would you feel if Henry Ruggs returned to the NFL?
No, please, no. We cannot have people with DUIs that have killed people returning to the NFL.
If Michael Vick returned, so can he.
No, I'm sorry. I never was for Michael Vick returning to the NFL. I'm sorry, this graphic is this is freaking mugshot. No, he should not. I commend him for passing with a 4.0 GPA. I am not in jail, and I can't get a 4.0 GPA, but good for him. No way. I'm going to say no. I don't want it to see a return. He's apparently keeping in NFL shape,
Yeah,
but at that point, he's going to be left in the dust. He's wasting his prime sitting behind bars. Okay, that's my take on it. That's what I got.
we got to talk about another franchise though, the Miami Dolphins. And I know you brushed up on this in overreaction or not. The Miami Dolphins. I'm gonna give you some stats because I got the stats to back. The Miami Dolphins have now lost 14 straight games in under 45-degree weather. They are officially eliminated from the playoffs. They have a 0% chance. Tua Tagovailoa has been benched for the rest of the season, and Tyreek Hill has demanded a trade.
All things that I could have told you were going to happen. They got hot for some reason and won those 6 games, but that's not.
They were against very, very, very inferior teams.
Yeah, the Dolphins have been on the bottom of my list all year long, and they will continue to be on the bottom of my list.
Yeah, can't really blame you for saying that.
Yep.
If Tyreek demands a trade, where do you want to see him? I know where I want to see him.
A reunion with Kansas City would be nice.
That's what I really want, honestly.
I would love just dreaming. And if Tyreek Hill is still sports car Tyreek Hill after that injury, still a speed demon, I'd love to see Tyreek Hill go play with Josh Allen. Can you imagine Josh Allen as a player that can cook defenses? Over the top, Josh Allen just airs it out. Touchdown.
Hate to burst your bubble, but they wouldn't trade within the division.
No, they would never. But if you said where would I like to, I would love to see him play.
Yeah.
I would love to see him play with
That would be awesome.
That would be great.
How would you feel about him as a Packer?
Gabe told me this earlier this year because we remember the trade rumors before the season.
Yeah.
No. Never, ever, ever, ever. I hate diva receivers. No, I can't stand it. The worst diva receiver we've had is Devontae Adams, and he is like a walk in the park compared to some of these guys. No. Diva receivers are the bane of my existence watching football. I would never in my life want Tyreek Hill to wear a Packer jersey, and I stand by that. That's what I've got.
I want to go back on the topic of Tua, though. Remember a couple years ago when a lot of people were saying and debating about the discussion between Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert, and lots of people were saying that Tua was better and had legitimate arguments?
Yeah, I was with them. I agreed.
I didn't quite agree. I thought it was pretty neck and neck. But, wow, it's just... And I'm not saying this to rip on anybody in particular who said that. I'm just saying that as, man, do times change.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, that's what happens when you suffer as many concussions as Tua has. I was 100% with this, and I was on the Tua train, and I would have taken Tua over 90% of the quarterbacks in the NFL. After his concussions, though, he's a different player. He has regressed. He can't see defenses the same way. Defenses know how to scheme for his rocket of an arm to throw it into those tight windows. It's never going to work. Tua, if Tanner was telling me this week, Rain Man said, where would you like to see Tua play? And I said, nowhere. He should not be playing in the NFL next year. For his own health, for his family, he shouldn't be playing. He already has made bank. There is no reason why you should keep playing football after he has made hundreds of millions of dollars, and he is still owed that hundreds of millions of dollars. Nobody's going to pick up his contract. If I'm Tua, I sit on the bench and I smile. and which is obviously what he's already doing after the game. Character issues left and right. This is not their guy, and they paid him like he was. What an absolute mistake by the Dolphins.
Sadly, I already see Colts written all over him.
No, there's no way. You're not picking up that contract. Carly's a better owner than that. Carly won't let it happen.
Yeah. Colton, I have a question.
Yes.
I know we're streaming on Twitch right now.
That's correct. We are on Twitch right now.
How often do you go on Twitch outside of Toxic Couch?
I like watching Moist Critical on Twitch. He's kind of my chill zone in the back. Back in the peak of COVID, I was on Twitch almost every day watching Among Us streams. I loved watching Captain Sparkles. It was like the resurgence. Felt like I was a kid again. On occasion, I will like to sit and watch a few. I like to keep up with all the drama on Twitch because I think that it's fun. Like the streamer awards were a mess, and I loved it. I cackled through the whole time. On occasion, I'll catch some Asmongold depending on what he's reacting to. He's an interesting human being for sure. But other than that, I don't watch a lot of gaming on Twitch anymore. Alex, why?
Well, the reason I bring up Twitch is because of a certain young man who plays wide receiver, who actually is playing right now as we speak, who managed to try and attempt to get other Twitch streamers like Aiden Ross and Neon into his team's practice facility. And, oh my gosh, he apologized, but it wasn't just for that he's in trouble for.
There was so much, Alex. And I'd like to clarify, Aiden Ross and Neon don't even stream on Twitch because they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
They stream on Kick. If you're going on a Kick... Now, how often do I watch Kick? Never. There's a reason. But, yeah, let's get into this story because it is insane.
Yeah. No.
So this was one of my overreactions or not. Puka is becoming an issue off the field.
Yeah.
He has current United States senators. Now, it is not our job to comment on the political leanings of such senators, but this is what we're seeing. We have United States senators saying, quote, he should apologize or be dropped by the Rams, end quote. Insane work. Now, people are saying that Puka Nacua was taking part in a anti-Semitic celebration that Neon and Aiden Ross taught him, and he did it on screen, and it is blowing up on social media. Puka Nacua has since said that he does not know. He did not know that it was anti-Semitic, but this is now becoming a huge issue where it is getting national coverage. You never want to see your star wide receiver get national coverage for this. Now, we all know how the media can be. We all know how they can spin things. We all know how they can blow things out of proportions. But I'm a firm believer that if you are putting yourself in a position and going on a kick stream with Aiden Ross and Neon,
You misspelled Aiden Ross on the graphic.
you know what? I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic. Leave me alone. Womp womp. How do you spell it?
ADIN.
A-D-I-N? Oh,
Yeah, just ADIN.
I put it aid in. That's
Yeah, that's fine.
I understand. I understand the mistake. Thank you.
Of course, he doesn't deserve to have his name spelled
Exactly. Exactly. No. If we're doing stupid things, Puka, oh no, if it's not the consequences of my own actions. I'd love that. Yes, we're all, the dyslexic gang. But no, I really am bothered by the fact that we have, and it's not just Aiden Ross and Neon. We have players going on Twitch frequently now.
Yeah.
We have a lot of the Packers players going on Twitch and saying the most ridiculous things. But they're kind of getting glazed over. Like, people aren't looking at them. It really, really bothers me that we are seeing this kind of platform for these players. It's extremely, extremely unprofessional. And Puka also criticized the refs during this and said the refs just want to get airtime. I'm struggling with this one, Alex, because I feel like if you are a professional football player, you should know better.
Yeah.
From the time I was in high school, before that, when I was 3 years old, my dad taught me, he said, listen, you represent me. When you are out and about, you are a representative of me. And if you act out, who does that look bad on, you or me? And the obvious answer is the person who's in charge of me, the person who's teaching me. My dad, when it comes to business, if I were ever out and he was working on a business deal and I was with him and I acted out, I could lose him that business deal. You don't do that because you look terrible if you do that kind of stuff. I digress, but this is not what you want to be seeing out of somebody like Puka Nacua, who just a year ago was a fan favorite and was good guy, fun guy Puka Nacua. He is becoming such an issue off the field. I could literally rant over and over and over again about this.
But we don't have to.
No,
we're getting down there on time, and we got more segments than we normally do still. So let's get into some news that actually came onto our feeds while we were setting up, and that is that Jacoby Myers just got a 3-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep. Well deserved. He's 100% since being traded there. Their guaranteed number one guy. He has helped push the Jaguars over the edge that they needed.
Absolutely. He's easily the wide receiver one there. He's solidified himself as such and has helped Trevor Lawrence thrive, really. He's a big reason for the progression of Trevor this season. And with that, our last weekly story is, guess what starts tomorrow? It is the college football playoffs, which I know we're an NFL page, but oh my gosh, I love watching this every single year. I don't care how many blowouts there are, but this is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, and the expanded 12-team format is definitely going to bring some fun things this year, won't it?
It looks like there could be a lot of blowouts, but this year, in terms of the later rounds, it's going to be a lot more fun this year than it was last year. It feels just that much more wide open. And last year's was so wide open, so that only says so much more about this year. And with that, we're actually going to transition into my personal predictions with the college football playoff bracket. And wow, is it going to be so much fun this year. First off, let's get right into it, James Madison against Oregon. Thanks for coming, James Madison, but Oregon's going to take this one. Dante Moore is too good. Dan Lanning will not lose at Autzen Stadium unless it's to the Heisman, Fernando Mendoza. Alabama against Oklahoma. That's an interesting one. That's tomorrow's game. Easily the best game of the first round. This game is in Norman. And this is definitely a great QB duel as well with Ty Simpson and John Mateer. Alabama and Oklahoma that's going to be such a great matchup to watch. But I think I'm going to go with Oklahoma since they already have the advantage head-to-head already. And I think overall it's just going to be a fun matchup, but I think Oklahoma takes it. Either way, Indiana seeing the SEC in the first round is not going to be fun. Tulane against Ole Miss. Tulane, thanks for coming, but Ole Miss is going to take this one.
It's going to be tighter than you think.
I think Tulane has a chance, but at the end of the day, this is still G5 going up against some of the best of the SEC. Yeah. Easily one of the best quarterbacks in college football in Trinidad Shameless, if I even pronounced that right.
I am biased though. I think that Texas should have made it over Ole Miss, but
Texas should have made it over Bama.
Yeah, and Ole Miss, but yes, I'm with you.
And and then finally Miami against A&M. Thanks for coming, Carson Beck. You guys struggled against the ACC. You guys should have absolutely been in over Notre Dame, I feel. But at the end of the day, you're not beating someone who was 11-0.
Yeah. Who would they lose to?
The great Texas Longhorns. Horns up.
Horns up, baby.
But yeah, A&M is going to move on pretty easily. In the second round, we got Oregon I picked over JMU. They're going to face Texas Tech, and I think Oregon is going to take this. Jacob Rodriguez looks awesome, but hasn't played a whole lot of competition outside of the Big 12. Oregon looks great. They both look great at the end of the day, but I think Dan Lanning will have the advantage here, and I think he'll get to the semifinals when he didn't get to them last year. So yeah, Oregon's going to move on to the semis, I think, as the 5. Oklahoma against Indiana. Honestly, I like the way Bama matches up against Indiana more. The Rose Bowl is going to be a lot of fun. The SEC isn't normally in the Rose Bowl. The Big Ten definitely would have the advantage home field-wise. At the end of the day, the Hoosiers have beaten better quarterbacks and better all-around teams. The Hoosiers are definitely the safe pick in that matchup.
Yep.
Ole Miss against Georgia. Thanks for coming, Ole Miss, but you don't have a head coach. Georgia is kicking your butt if they are actually healthy by then. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Texas A&M and Ohio State is definitely the best matchup of the second round. That's going to be a hard one for me. And I am very biased against the Big Ten. I am so sick of people arguing for SEC all the time. Ohio State was the best team in the country for majority of the season, and I can't see them dropping any games for the rest of the year, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm going to take them over A&M.
Yeah, understandable.
The semifinals would be Oregon against Indiana, who
That's tight.
Indiana has already beat them by double digits
That's true.
on their own field. But Dan Lanning isn't going to go down without a fight. But neither is Signetti. The safe pick here is definitely Indiana.
Oh, for sure.
And I am going to be bold and take them.
Okay.
And then Georgia against Ohio State. Oh my gosh.
That's another tight one.
Yeah. Gunnar Stockton is so good. And that team is so good. But so is Julian Sayin. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be bold and take Ohio State.
Which means that we get a rematch.
Ohio State is going to avenge CJ Stroud and JSN from a couple years back when their kicker couldn't make kicks. And they still can't make kicks.
But we get a rematch in the championship then, is what you're telling me. Ohio State versus Indiana.
Which, I'm being non-biased.
We've already seen how that goes.
On paper, I think I'm going to take Ohio State this time.
Okay. Okay. No, this is your segment. I can't argue.
No, you absolutely can.
I'm not arguing.
I think Indiana got very lucky in that game in terms of with what happened. No. Don't get me wrong. Mendoza is going to put on a show.
They were dominant the whole game up until the third and fourth quarter.
But so was Ohio State defensively too. At the end of the day, it's probably going to go into like 5 or 6 overtimes.
It's Indiana's year.
I want to say that so bad. Indiana has been so bad for so long, and I refuse to believe that at some point we will be national champions. I can't engrave it in my head. The safe pick there is Ohio State, and that's my current winner of it all. I am so sorry, Hoosier Nation.
Defense wins games. That's true.
And these two teams have the 2 best defenses in the nation.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm on Indy for this one. I think Indy's gonna run the table.
Yeah.
Right.
The end of the. With that, we go into our This Sucks rants.
Yes.
And I see Richard Sherman up there, who I get to rant about for a second straight week. So I guess I get to go first. But first, if you don't know how This Sucks works, basically what Colton and I are going to do is we are going to take something that sucks in the league, and we're just going to rant about it for a few minutes. You know what really sucks? Richard Sherman. Again. I know I try to look professional and try not to rant on people, but this person genuinely deserves it. Like, have you guys heard what Richard Sherman said this time? He says on X that he purposely doesn't watch the Jacksonville Jaguars. Are you kidding me? This is one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and you just decide to neglect them. I'm going to pull up some stats from the Jaguars since Week 10. They are the highest scoring team in the NFL. That I know for a fact since Week 10. They are, from my understanding, they are undefeated since Week 10, except for Houston. And Trevor Lawrence had 6 touchdowns total last week, which is the best in franchise history. So the Jaguars are not done. But I think Richard Sherman should be. Based off all the drama that we've covered this year on Toxic Couch from Richard Sherman. Oh my gosh. I can't even begin to explain the genuine anger that it brings me to have to see that face. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what sucks.
That's what sucks. All right. Which means it's my turn. And we get to see Richard Sherman's face one more time.
Yes.
Let me paint a picture for you, Alex.
Go ahead. Be an artist.
You have bought a new Ferrari. What color is it, Alex? What color?
Let's go white.
Actually, I'm going to change the picture. You've bought a new Lamborghini.
Ooh.
Yes, you've bought a Lambo. The car of your dreams. What color?
Lambo, get it?
Ha 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 ha. That's great. What color?
I'm going to go white.
White Lambo. You've bought a white Lambo. You have been riding this white Lambo all around town. All around town. You're so excited. You're dodging speeding tickets, but somehow, some way, it feels good. You are on top of the world. You're leading the NFL in pressures.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like driving a Lambo. You've spent so much money on this wonderful sports car, and you love it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not too cocky about it because, you know, it's about the other drivers. It's not about yourself, right?
Yeah.
Man, that Lambo's nice. It's got the lights in it. Those nice heated seats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it comes with all the perks. Disaster strikes. You run your Lambo off a cliff.
Oh, no.
It's totaled. Your Lambo is done. And it's not even your fault because it was the stupid semi that swerved at you.
Yo.
Ay, ay, ay. What do we do? This is how I feel right now. I have totaled my Lamborghini, and I don't know what to do. Micah Parsons tears his ACL. Oh, man, I've talked about injuries this year, haven't I, Alex? Mm-hmm. I've talked about how much injuries suck and how much it ruins football. And if you missed late night, make sure you check it out this week because we always are going to be talking about what's hot. Go back and watch late night if you're on YouTube right now because I've already talked about it. It sucks. Mm-hmm. We watched Micah Parsons go down and he goes, I'm done. I'm done. Oh, it hurts, Alex. It hurts so much. Mm-hmm. Because the Packers were as close to a complete team as I think you can get in the NFL with Micah Parsons playing. Mm-hmm. He goes down with an injury that has him to come back in September. Yeah. You are now out a Lamborghini for the stretch of a season that's going to be tough. To, as far as I'm concerned, except for maybe the week against the Vikings, you have to win every game from here until February without your Lamborghini. How do you do it? How do you do it with the man? The guy that has been the rock of the team. And you saw how shaken all the guys were. Rashawn Gary was crying after the game. Of course you are. That man didn't change Green Bay's culture, but fit in so well that he brought it to the next level. My prayer is that he's still around. Mm-hmm. But Alex, you want to know what sucks? We've crashed our Lambo. And Micah Parsons is out for the rest of the season.
You got me emotional.
It hurts. And it sucks. And if you thought I was going to do anything else for this sucks this week, you would be so wrong. Mm-hmm. Alex, this is what sucks.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm done.
You know what doesn't suck, though?
Let's talk about what doesn't suck. Let's bring it back.
Let's talk about some great performances from Week 15 with our player awards. And first, we got our MVP. We already talked about 330 yards through the air, 6 total touchdowns for Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars are 10-4. Bye-bye, Richard Sherman. No one cares about your opinion. Moving on to Coach of the Week, we have Sean McDermott of the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 10-4, kept their division hopes alive this week, being down 21-0. This performance and this coaching effort by Sean McDermott by itself deserves Coach of the Week, maybe even Coach of the Year. Mm-hmm. These are the types of moments that you coach for when you're in the NFL. Colton, it's time to mention the mystery Falcons player.
Ready?
The man whose breakout we've all been waiting for.
All the fantasy managers rejoice.
And his name is Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, baby.
Kyle Pitts had 11 catches, 166 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I don't care that the Falcons are 5-9. Kyle Pitts is still the future tight end in Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen, and he is the number 1 pick in your league next year.
Yes.
The best tight end in the business.
Only if Kirko's throwing to him, though.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Mm-hmm. Very true. Defensive player of the week. We're going to go with a safety named, I think it's Alohi Gilman.
Yep.
Alohi Gilman. 8 tackles. Pass defended. Pick 6 against
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Joyce.
Brings the Ravens up to 7-7. Keeps their playoff hopes alive.
Mm-hmm. Much needed.
Very much needed. Offensive rookie of the week. You
want to go defensive rookie of the week?
Yeah,
first?
let's talk defensive rookie of the week. Let's talk about someone who I was very impressed with and is making his push for defensive rookie of the year, and his name is Nick Emanwari. This man had 3 tackles, a sack, and 2 passes defended. Played absolutely dominant against Phillip Rivers. Most of his incompletions were 50-50 balls, and a lot of those were broken up by Nick Emanwari. Big contributor to what the Seahawks are calling the dark side.
Love it. I love it.
And offensive rookie of the week, we already mentioned 148 yards and 2 touchdowns for Travion Henderson. Definitely the offensive rookie of the year by this point.
For sure.
And the Patriots are 11-3, and his run game has been a big reason for it. Mm-hmm. So that concludes our awards. Shout out to those players for playing their butts off. Mm-hmm. And with that, we bring you to our feature presentation, which is our game picks for this week.
That's right.
And with that, we start with the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, who are in rivalries tonight.
Hype. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this game. I am so excited.
We're already probably in the second quarter.
Oh, shh. They don't have to know that. Nobody tell us who's winning. Nobody tell
us.
Please, we're going to go back and probably watch it from the beginning. I am taking the Los Angeles Rams in this one, though I think the Seahawks, with home field advantage, could take it. I just want to go with the safe option and go with the Rams.
The Rams are definitely the safe option. We know what happened last time Sam Darnold played the Rams. Yep. So I'm going to go with them. Rams own Sam Darnold. We saw it in the playoffs last year too.
Yep.
We go to our Saturday games, which are between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders to start, which no real discussion here, right? Eagles all day?
Yeah, I'm with you, Philly. There's no question about it. They definitely are not going to lose in a game that could mean the difference in clinching the division or not.
No. And a win there clinches the division. So, yeah.
Yep.
But the later game is one that we have to talk about.
All right,
It is between the Packers and the Bears.
This is what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for my game pick here. I know you want to hear my opinion on whether or not the Bears are going to be a formidable opponent against the Packers. And I'm going to say it's going to be close.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot going on in Chicago right now. I don't know if you heard. They're talking about moving to Indiana?
They'd be my second favorite team if they did that.
If you did that, I don't know how close we could be, but that's okay. That's okay. No questions asked. I'm rooting for the Bears. Kind of. I will root for the Bears because I like the rivalry. I've been kind of enjoying it this year because they've been one step ahead of us. I want to take the Bears here, and here's why. It all lines up in the stars, Alex. Mm-hmm. Some people call it fate. Last time the Packers went to the Super Bowl and won, who did they have to face in the NFC Championship game?
Them Bears.
The Bears, who had a better in-season record than them.
Yes.
I want the Bears to win this game. Kind of. A little bit. Not really. Don't clip that. That's not true. I don't want the Bears to win. However, we're wearing black for a reason. We are going to mourn what is about to happen to this Bears team. You thought that I forgot who owns you? You thought that I forgot that we won 11 straight? Now, we are 12-1 only because none of our starters were playing in that fateful Week 18 game last year.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. Okay, when all of our starters are playing, we're 12-0. We're wearing black because it's a funeral. Not for the Packers. We're not dead yet. It's a funeral for dem Bears. Okay? And if the Bears lose the next two, they're out. Now, heck of a lot of respect for the Bears. Not for Caleb Williams. Can't stand him. He has not done anything that's impressed me. You know who has, though? Ben Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Johnson deserves all the credit in the world. I love it. I love the rivalry. Let's keep it up. Mm-hmm. Let's absolutely keep it up. I'm all for it. I'm taking the Packers. Can see the Bears winning it. Honestly, afraid that they might. But I cannot wait to see the Bears in the playoffs. I can't wait. I want it to happen so bad. The rivalry is so back. We're so back. Okay. Sorry, that was enough of a rant, but that's what I'm taking.
All I'm going to say is they got a reputation that's mostly based on luck. So the Bears still suck. Let's go Green Bay, baby. I'm rooting for you guys.
Best song of all time. Okay. I love the rivalry. It's so great.
All right. Now we go to the Sunday slate, which might be one of the worst Sunday slates I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I didn't even look at it before. Oh,
yeah. We start with... By the way, this early window only has 3 games with playoff implications out of 7.
With all the divisions still on the line as well.
We start with the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns.
Bleh. Gross game. Bills take it. No questions. All right, moving on.
Stefanski will ruin Shedeur another week. Next, we have the Chiefs taking on the Titans.
Gardner Minshew is the starter for this game.
Yeah.
I was debating on taking the Chiefs, but I do like Cam Ward, and I think this late in the season he needs some confidence to roll over into next season. I'm gonna take the Titans, Alex.
You know what? I'm with you. I was not impressed with Gardner Minshew, and Cam Ward needs all the reps he can get, and he's been improving.
Yep, agreed.
So I'm going to go with the Titans. Next, we got the Bengals taking on the Dolphins in their throwbacks.
Dolphins just benched Tua. It will be a better decision for them. However, Joe Burrow is not going to put up 0 points back to back. No way. I'm taking Cincinnati.
Can you imagine Quinn Ewers getting the start and the win?
I would love it. As a Texas alum, I love Quinn. Now, after we lost to Ohio State, don't quote me on what I said after that.
No. Yeah, I don't trust Quinn, after Ohio State game, so I'm going with the Bengals.
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Another team from Ohio, might I add. Mm-hmm. And finally, for CBS, we have the New York Jets taking on the New Orleans Saints.
This is the Saints. Shook's going to go in. There have been 0 turnovers by the Jets defense in terms of picks. Mm-hmm. All year long, we have 3 games left. That's
Yeah.
nearly impossible to do as an NFL defense. This is not a formidable Jets team at all. Who just fired their defensive coordinator, by the way. So, give me the Saints.
Yeah, Shook needs all the reps he can get. I'm really rooting for him here. I want him to win this.
Agreed.
We move over to Fox, where the Los Angeles Chargers take on the Dallas Cowboys.
Why do these games? Why are they so bad?
Yeah.
Give me the Chargers. I'm not even gonna discuss it,
The Cowboys are only going to try if the Eagles somehow lose on Saturday. So
which isn't happening.
yeah,
so.
which is not happening. So give me the Chargers. Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Giants.
Another game that means absolutely nothing. But give me 9. He's been on a heater for some reason lately.
Nine's kind of been cooking. Maybe he could be the long-term QB.
Please throw it to Justin Jefferson. That's all I'm asking.
No. Another 2-point stinker for Jefferson, please.
No more stinkers for Jefferson.
All right.
This is a game that has implications.
Yeah, this is actually important. This is for the division.
Panthers lose to the Saints. But if I recall correctly, the Buccaneers have also lost to the Saints this year?
Yeah, they have.
Maybe the Saints team is a little bit more real than people give them credit for. But Tampa Bay's fighting to stay in it. Panthers are fighting to get in it. And I like the resolve of the Panthers that I have seen. I want to take Carolina as the underdogs here because I would much rather watch Carolina get in than Tampa Bay. Not that I don't like Baker, not that the loss was even his fault last week. I just think that defense crumbles in premier moments. And this is a premier moment. And I'm going to take the Panthers.
I'm against you.
I know.
We've seen these past few seasons the way the Bucs just crank it up in the last few games of the season and going into the playoffs. Under Todd Bowles' leadership and Baker's dog mentality,
He is a dog.
that will not change.
I love Baker.
There's no way.
I tell you what, if Tampa winds up winning this game, I'll be all in on the Tampa train. I will go out and buy a creamsicle Baker.
Oh, I'd love to get a creamsicle.
I will buy a creamsicle Baker jersey if they go out and win this game.
Really?
Yes.
They had John Lynch creamsicle at that one mall that you went to.
I would buy a Baker one because I love Baker. But
Yeah.
all right, that's what I'll say. I would buy
Yeah.
a creamsicle jersey in a heartbeat. If
That's
they
the
win
first
this
game we've disagreed on this
Mhm.
week.
Yep, and we're only a 1-game difference all season long right now.
Yep.
So that could be the one.
Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars
Heater.
and the Denver Broncos. Finally, a good game on Sunday.
So not specifically for clinching of the playoffs, but definitely for seeding when it comes
Yeah.
down the wire, and that first week bye on the line.
Yeah.
Give me Denver, home field advantage. Trevor looks great, but that Denver defense, I don't think that Jacksonville has gone up against a defense that flies around like the Broncos since Houston, and they lost in that game.
Oh my gosh. I don't know who to take. Oh my gosh.
This is a tough one.
Yeah. You ever see that one meme from Family Guy where Peter's holding up two VHSs and he's just like, Colton,
Yep.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take Denver.
Yep.
I glazed upon Denver all during our weekly stories segment. And I glazed upon the Jaguars too, but I cannot pick against Denver right now.
Yep, I'm with you. Next game. This one has playoff implications as well.
Uh-oh.
What?
We're missing a game.
Did we miss a game?
Atlanta and Arizona.
I am not going to go pull that up because it's going to take too long. So
And
let's
it
just run
doesn't
with
have playoff implications.
Right.
So I'm going to take the Falcons.
I'm taking Atlanta. Kirko.
Kirko. And I don't trust the Cardinals to win a game maybe ever again.
Yep. Okay. Great.
Yeah, okay.
Now that we've talked about it, Detroit Lions hosting Pittsburgh Steelers. Playoff implications here.
Yep, playoff implications, and I'm going with the Lions here.
Yep.
The Lions have had some rough spots, but it was against much, much, much superior teams than the Steelers.
They basically need to win 2 of 3 to get in.
Yeah.
But from the way that I'm looking at it. They have to beat the Bears, though.
Yeah.
Have to.
I just hope that other people on the Lions go off besides Amon-Ra and Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'm not. I'm hoping
Make
that
it a Knuckles game.
I'm hoping
boys.
that it's domination.
Get Knuckles involved.
Well,
Get Knuckles involved.
But I don't think TJ Watt's going to be back.
That is very true.
Yeah, I think that that's going to play a huge role.
Yeah. And then we got the Raiders taking on the Texans.
Oh my gosh, this is no questions asked. This might be the first negative point game in NFL history. Give me Houston.
Yeah, give me the Texans here.
All right.
I have no. Now
Sunday
we got the
night heater.
Sunday night, kind of a heater. Now we got the Patriots taking on the Ravens.
Absolutely, Sam. I'm going with the Patriots in your honor, buddy.
Yeah. Ravens backs are against the wall, but I can't see the Patriots dropping another one.
Yep.
So I'm going with the Pats. Sorry, guys. And finally,
man.
the Indianapolis Colts season demise continues.
A team that is not talked about enough, but clearly going to make the playoffs is the Niners. I don't know why this Niners team is not getting more coverage. Obviously, the Ayuk thing happened. Mm-hmm. We didn't even talk about that.
Brock Purdy has been inconsistent in terms of QB play, but we know how the Niners perform come playoffs.
Just enough to make it to the Super Bowl and lose. You're darn right. I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, I am going to take the Niners. Sorry, Phil. Love you, but this defense is just as good as the dark side.
Oh, there's
the Falcons
there it
and
is.
Cardinals.
It's on there.
It's on there. Yeah, I had a little mishap when I was making the graphics. That's on me. But yeah, Falcons and Cards. I'm taking the Falcons.
All right.
So that wraps up our game picks, and now we want to go and watch the Rams and Seahawks. So that wraps up this episode of Toxic Couch TV. But before we go, just a big thank you once again to our sponsor, Heinrich's Harmony, offering Christ-centered piano, guitar, and voice lessons, plus worship, band, and ensemble opportunities for musicians of all levels. If you're looking for lessons that inspire both your talent and your faith, visit stepstograce.com and scroll down to Heinrich's Harmony, where faith and music come together in perfect harmony.
All right. You do that ad read great every single time.
Thank you. See, I'm the best ad reader in the game.
You are the best ad
When you
reader
try
in the
me with a great company like Heinrich's Harmony, that's the result you're going to get.
Oh, Heinrich's Harmony had a new student this week.
That's
That was
right.
Great. Yeah, we're growing. We've got quite a few now.
Yeah, you know what else is growing? The Toxic Couch community.
That's right. Let's talk about that for a second. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm scrolling back through chat. This is the most active we've had the audience with us this entire time. Holy crap, dude.
Easily.
Thank you to every single person who came in and participated today. It brought so much life to the stream. We love interacting with you guys. Come back and join us every week. And you know what? Maybe I say every week we want to get off of Twitch. Maybe this Twitch thing isn't too bad.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not too bad. But if you're on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe, because we still need those 50 subscribers to be able to go out and stream on YouTube. And because we want to leave Twitch behind, but not really. So we should really just ignore what I've just said. Thank you to everybody who watched on Twitch. This was fantastic. Man, what a day. What a day.
Yeah,
for
what
the
a
chat.
day this was.
We had a whole bunch of unique chatters. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, so me and Colton, we respectfully really want to watch the Rams and Seahawks.
Respectfully.
So we're not going to take any more of your guys' time. And with that, I just want to say thank you for watching, Colton. It's an honor doing this every week with you. And with that, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Toxic Couch TV, your weekly show with glee. Colton and Alex, harmony. Toxic Couch TV. Hey, 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 we're live from the couch where the big boys play. Colton Heinrich, sharp as a tack. Alex Blackwood. champs, both brave and bold. From Sunday lights to Monday night, we're singing takes that just sound right. Toxic Couch TV, the gridiron's melody. Toxic Couch TV, hot takes in perfect key. That QB's cold, but he still got soul. Defense wins when the nights turn old. Ooh, the game's on a roll. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, boom, boom. Now here's the breaking news. Don't change that view. And don't change that view. Toxic Couch TV, your weekly show with glee. Colton and Alex, harmony. Toxic Couch TV. Stay tuned, folks.